So let's start by talking about why Ford and VW teamed up. Designing a vehicle from scratch literally costs billions. There's development in terms of crash safety, in terms of new infotainment systems, body styling, electric vehicle technology, modern hybrid systems. There is so much to do when designing a vehicle. So for a medium-sized vehicle like this, as a small van effectively, it doesn't really make sense to do it alone. Ford and VW have teamed up. Ford designed the platform, did most of the R&D, the crash safety, the powertrains, etc. And now VW have put their styling onto it. They've made it their own van as well. It makes a lot of sense. It brings the price down to the end user. This type of collaboration is becoming increasingly popular within this industry. It's a very similar situation to the Stellantis vans, which are things like the Fiat and the Citroen. They're both the same body, just they have different looks. If you've been looking for VW Transporter campervans recently, you've probably seen a lot of people saying, don't buy the T7, it's just a Ford in a different skin. But today we're going to talk about why that does or doesn't matter and what the pros and cons of both are. Despite what you might read online, the answer isn't actually just as simple as it might seem. So is the VW actually just a Ford Transit? Well, yes, absolutely. If you were to take off all of the bumpers, the boots, the doors, you'd see that underneath they are essentially exactly the same van. They share many of the same features as each other, things like their drivetrains, their engine choices. A lot of the electrical and mechanical systems are identical between the two vans. And that's where a lot of the internet debate starts. Some people see it as a problem, other people see it as one of the new model's biggest strengths, combining the two most popular medium-sized vans on the market. But here's what most people miss. Sharing a platform doesn't mean that they're the same vehicle. If we think of the Audi A3, VW Golf, Seat Leon, the Skoda Octavia, they are all the same vehicle, but they look completely different. They feel completely different. It's the same between the Ford and the VW. This has a different bumper, different headlights, different tailgate, different windows in the front doors. The interior, the steering wheel is different, the infotainment system is different. It has different trim packages. So while the engineering underneath comes from this partnership, the overall feel and look of the vehicle is very independent and based on Ford or VW's design concepts. So now let's get into what matters the most, why this makes a good camper van. These vans they're not like vans anymore. This is like an SUV. You've got heated steering wheels and heated seats, and you've got really high-end infotainment systems, LED headlights, parking sensors, reversing cameras, all of these mod cons that you would find in a high-end SUV. But I think they drive just as well, or even maybe better than a lot of SUVs. They're really affirming on the road. You feel very confident in the way the suspension handles. They have plenty of power. The gearbox changes gear well. They're just a nice vehicle to be in and drive. When you're out on the continent, when you're traveling around Europe in your camper van, these things really matter. Your personal comfort on a 16-hour drive down to the south of Spain is so important. What the VW offers you is a vehicle with heritage. It's got a badge that people recognize as the camper van. But also the Ford has currently a hybrid model, which is absolutely brilliant. It has maybe some different look depending on what your taste is. Many pros and cons of each of these different vans. So which one should you choose? Both the VW and the Ford Transit have huge followings behind them. Yeah, the VW is more iconic as a camper van, but the Ford is also being used a huge amount in the camper van industry. It's a workman's favourite vehicle. So I suppose the most important thing is which one looks better to you? Which one feels better to you? Which one has the service package that you like? Which one has a dealership that's close to you that can maintain the vehicle? Do you want the petrol hybrid in the Ford? So whichever one of the two that you choose, they will still have our same wonderful conversion. And whether you choose the Ford or the VW, the interior is going to be the same. It's going to be built to our same exact standards, and you're going to have something really, really great to go away with. So come down to the workshop, test drive the Ford, test drive the VW. Test drive the older models as well and see which one really meets your criteria and see which one takes you on your next adventure.